Hello and welcome to a new video on my channel. Today we are gonna go in depth to the French units. We will look at the traits and how to use them. The French have 7 infantry and cavalry traits that are efficiency, skirmishing, rugged, shock, melee drill, range drill, and breakable. They also have 3 guns, breechloader, rifle, and breechloader and rifle. They also have the 3 normal artillery traits, cumbersome, anti-personnel, and indirect fire. Now let's get to the infantry. The best infantry units are the Garde Mobile, Line Infantry, Francs Tireurs, and the Grenadiers of the Guard. The Garde Mobile cannot use square and open formation. They are cheap infantry, so you can spam and use them as a meat shield. Or you have to play defensive, because they will break fast if they get hit. The line infantry is useful if you want to play more aggressively. They have more cohesion than the Garde Mobile, and if you play with many points, you will no longer need the Garde Mobile. The Francs Tireurs are glass cannon that everybody likes. That's my favorite unit. They have range drill, so if you have a chassepot, you can deal massive damage, but you have to play defensive or maneuver them every time, because they have really not much cohesion and less HP, so they will die very quickly if they get hit. Sadly, you can also only take 2 of them. The Grenadiers of the Guard are the elite of the French. You can only take 2 of them, but if you are willing to pay 180 points, you are getting some of the best units in the game. I would recommend them if you like tanky damage dealers. Cavalry is an interesting topic. France doesn't have much unique cavalry, so these units have most of the factions. Dragoons are your friend when you need cheap, tanky, and slow cavalry. They can be spammed to just brute force through the enemy center and kill the enemy artillery. Hussars are fast, but not as cheap as the dragoons, so you cannot spam them. But they are great to flank and completely disorganize the enemy army. Lancers are good if you want to charge enemy units. They are also fast, but not so good in prolonged combat. Hit-and-run tactics aren't bad with them, but they don't have the skirmisher trait, so they get damage if they retreat out of a battle. Carabiners should only be used when you have much budget, because they are the strongest and most expensive cavalry that the French have. The French have also not much unique artillery, but they have the mitrailleuse. They are strong if you want a squishy glass cannon. They are expensive and not so useful, because you can just get an infantry that does the same damage and isn't as squishy. Voltigeurs of the Guard are like the Franc Tireurs, but with no cap, are more expensive and not breakable. These dwarfs are like normal line infantry with melee drill. If you want to play melee based, they are pretty good. The French Foreign Legion also suits this playstyle. I don't think this playstyle is particularly good, so I wouldn't recommend it, but I guess you can play like this. There are also the chasseurs à cheval. I cannot play with skirmisher cavalry, but there is one, so you could use them to get damage on the enemy. Horse artillery is also a good choice. They are fast and strong. I just think they aren't as useful for the French as for other factions, like the Ottomans. Yay! We are in the outro. I have some videos planned, but if you have some recommendations for one, I would love to hear of them. And I would love some feedback, so bye bye.